Hey, this is Connor. Glad to be with you doing the Daily Dose as we continue in our 40 Days of Freedom series. If I think about the height of just being cool and maybe my greatness, it makes me think of seventh grade dance. So my best friend Greg Fernandez and I decided that we were going to get matching shirts for the dance. And we got them embroidered. Like we went to the store, a lettering store, and we got something on the back. And we decided that we're going to get something really profound on the back of our shirts to make a statement. Are you ready for this? This is a true story. It said on our shirts, short but funky. I don't even know what we were thinking, why that was relevant, but I do remember at that dance, I was feeling it. And I forgot to add this. On the front of my shirt, there was kiss marks on the front, like some sort of subliminal message to the ladies of like, oh yeah, just in case you're wondering, this guy is very kissable and he's short but funky. So here's why I bring this up. In seventh grade, it was so clear that I wanted to be cool. In fact, it was kind of overt, right? It was written on my shirt. And today, it's not necessarily written on my shirt, but there are times it's kind of written on my heart that I still want to be great. And it's just subtle. I have ways of kind of masking it. But if you look at my speech, you look at my stories, even who's the hero of my stories, oftentimes it's me, or at least I want it to be me. And so the big question today is, does our life radiate God's greatness or our own? So I got a passage for you, and I'm going to read it to you, and then we're going to unpack it. So this is in Matthew 16, and it's verse 13. When Jesus came to the region of Caesarea Philippi, he asked his disciples, "Who do people say the Son of Man is?" They replied, "Some say John the Baptist, others say Elijah, still others Jeremiah or one of the prophets. But what about you?" he asked. "Who do you say I am?" Simon Peter answered, "You are the Messiah, the Son of the living God." Jesus replied, "Blessed are you, Simon, son of Jonah, for this was not revealed to you by flesh and blood, but by my Father in heaven. And I tell you that you are Peter, and on this rock I'm going to build my church, and the gate of Hades will not overcome it. I will give you the keys to the kingdom of heaven. Whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven, and whatever you loose on earth will be loosed in heaven." Then he ordered his disciples not to tell anyone that he was the Messiah. And so context is everything. And I think if you look at Peter's life, and even this passage, a lot of people have taken it to say, wow, look how great Peter is. God's going to build his church on Peter, the rock. And so if you break it down and look at this passage, you actually see that that's not what God is saying at all. See, in Caesarea Philippi, the backdrop of this place, there are a bunch of temples to Syrian gods, and it's a place of great Greek mythology, and Caesar himself had a house there, right? So Jesus is making a statement in the backdrop of all these other gods. He is saying something bigger than just Peter right there. You see, Peter's name means Petros, rock, little rock. God is saying, hey, you are Peter, little rock. And then he says, but on this rock, big rock, Petra, I'm going to build my church. And I love in the backdrop of all these other gods, he is saying, I am the God. It's a reminder that he is God. He is great. And I love in Psalms, it says that he is our rock and our refuge. And it says in 1 Peter, we are living stones, tiny stones, and we get to be a small piece of what is God doing. But I want to challenge you to look at your life. Are you thinking, hey, I'm great, I'm the rock, he's going to do something in me? Or does your life often reflect God's greatness when you talk about great things that you're bringing God right into it, saying, no, God, you are great. My stories all reflect him as good, and that he is the rock, and that it's him that we should be glorifying. So I want to challenge you to look at your week and even how you talk and who is great. Is it you? Is it tempting to claim the credit and the glory, or does your life reflect God as great? All right, Daily Dosers, you got work to do. We'll see you.